可以是乘客的休憩场所。
The 10-day Shanghai International Auto Show opened on April 18, 2023. Tesla, America's largest electric car company, didn't attend. As it turns out, it was a smart move by Tesla. It learned its lesson from the 2021 auto show. This time, it's BMW's turn to be unlucky. BMW made a great slogan for the 2023 Shanghai Auto Show. That is, BMW at home in China. It's why we not only say, but truly feel, that BMW is at home in China. But as it turns out, due to some ice cream, hundreds of millions of Chinese have decided that BMW has insulted China. To put it simply, on April 20th, two Chinese posted a video claiming that they were denied an ice cream giveaway at the BMW Mini booth at the Shanghai International Auto Show, but they found out foreigners could still get the free giveaway. The video was dubbed with flammable subtitles that were emotionally triggering. We translated the subtitles. The video was posted online and sparked a tsunami of controversy.
There's no more.
Can I get this free? Are you out?
You open it. Let me take a look.
Is there any left? If not, I won't need any.
You need to download the app. Overseas accounts don't need to because they can't download it.
So it means you still have ice cream?
Ice cream coupons are limited. We have a limited number of them right now.
The ice cream incident has impacted BMW's share price. Its European shares fell 3.62% by April 20th, and its market value evaporated by 2.16 billion euros, which is equivalent to 500 million ice creams. Not only that, in China it has set off a movement of trashing BMWs. Used car dealers in China live stream smashing a BMW with a bat. On April 20th, BMW Mini made a statement to apologize. Meanwhile, the ice cream brand involved also issued an emergency statement. It says, "Our brand wasn't involved in any on-site operations at BMW's Mini brand event during the Shanghai Auto Show, and we were the supplier of the ice cream products only. The two staff members appearing in the video and their specific services aren't handled by us and have nothing to do with our brand." The next day, on the morning of April 21st, BMW Mini issued an additional statement to provide further explanation. The statement said the temperature at the auto show was typically higher. Mini's original intention was to provide an early summer treat for the people who came to the booth. 600 ice creams were served on April 18th and 19th, and the recipients were required to use the coupons provided through the Mini app. In addition to the 300 units distributed daily, a very small portion was reserved for the hardworking staff on site. The 4 or 5 foreigners seen in the video were staff members wearing staff badges. The statement went on to say, "Due to our oversight and management indiscretion, this has led to a disappointing experience. The two young hostesses involved in the incident are just starting out in society. Could we please show them a little more tolerance and leeway?" On the afternoon of April 21st, several Chinese media outlets said the two girls who gave out ice cream had left the company and would not appear at future booths. BMW Mini, two girls handing out ice cream have left the company has reached the top of trending topics. As of 21:15 Beijing time on April 21st, the topic has been read 170 million times. By April 25th, some calm voices emerged on social media in China. The topic was the BMW ice cream incident staged. eche.com denies it, made it to the top of the Chinese social media platforms. A Weibo blogger, CarsPower01, who has 1.15 million followers and introduces himself as a senior car expert Weibo car video account, posted that BMW Mini ice cream incident is suspected to have been orchestrated and propagated through deliberate editing and malicious distribution. You wait for the lawyer's letter. The blogger alleged that the ice cream incident was likely orchestrated by eche.com, an auto trading platform. On April 26, we checked all the major Chinese websites for reports on the matter and found that Chinese netizens' comments remained angry at BMW and believed that BMW's two apologies were low effort with fabricated excuses. Like the used car dealers who trashed BMW vehicles, some netizens noticed that this controversy served to drive traffic. A web celebrity named Team Simba in China spent millions of yuan on a free ice cream campaign. He soon discovered the consequences of not taking a certain amount of control over the free treats. The video shows Simba placing 10 large freezers in front of a building. Some of the people who collected ice cream filled up a shopping cart with ice cream, while others held more than a handful of popsicles. Free ice cream. I am Chinese. Please line up. Please don't forget we are Chinese. Please don't forget we are Chinese. In the end, even this web celebrity couldn't help but urge the crowd to exercise some restraint. Auntie, you can't take that many in a bag, Auntie. The video sparked a lot of discussion among netizens. Some overseas Chinese said, Simba has proved with facts what scenario the BMW had to face. When you don't offer freebies, you will get cursed. When you offer freebies, everyone rushes to take them all. Wen Zhao, a veteran Chinese commentator in Canada, tweeted, It's understandable that they would reserve some ice cream for their own staff. When the people involved saw the scene, their first reaction was that they were being lied to. Their second reaction was that the foreigners were being treated favorably and they were being discriminated against. Then they immediately elevated their feelings to the level of national humiliation, and next they needed to expose and hurt the other party badly, as much as they can. The two intern girls were the worst victims of cyberbullying during the process. No one cares about meaningful public issues, but they use a magnifying glass to look for online celebrities and big companies' scandals to hype them. Even if there is nothing worthwhile in the process, something is bound to be hyped up. It's even followed by all sorts of patriotic performances that intend to show off and draw attention. In today's China, ordinary people have so much hostility towards each other and they are eager to hurt others. It's really a place of hell. Some clear-headed netizens analyzed it by saying, why are the leaks who are under the rule of the Chinese Communist Party suddenly so relentless about BMW's ice cream case? There must be the CCP behind the outrage, possibly in retaliation for the German foreign minister's recent comments that were deemed unfriendly. Now, foreign companies, it's time to wake up. No matter how you lick the CCP, you can't stop the disaster falling from the sky. Next will be Tesla. Speaking during a visit to China, a German foreign minister struck a different tone to French President Macron, who warned the European Union the week before not to get caught up in crises that are not ours in regards to Taiwan. Macron's comments drew backlash in the US and Europe as they were widely perceived as taking a weak line on Taiwan and a gift to what analysts called Beijing's goal of dismantling transatlantic unity. As a result, the stakes of Baerbock's inaugural China trip have risen, with many EU members hoping Germany will use this opportunity to set out a clear and united EU line on China.
However, it is also clear that we have dependencies on China in some areas that are not healthy, and that we must, of course, also learn the lessons from the Russian war of aggression with regard to our dependencies on China. And that is why it was so important that the President of the EU Commission made it clear that our European interest is to ensure economic security. And a military escalation in the Taiwan Strait, where, as I said, 50% of economic deliveries go through, that would be a worst-case scenario worldwide, but especially for us as one of the largest industrialized nations.
Chinese resentment and anger toward the German foreign minister can be seen in another instance. On April 18th, a fire broke out in the east wing of the inpatient department of Beijing's Changfeng Hospital. So far, it has claimed 29 lives, making the scale of casualties one of the worst in Beijing in more than 20 years. 29 is the official figure. In China, when the death toll exceeds 30, it's considered a mega safety accident, and usually an official has to resign. So in order to keep the officials in question from stepping down, the number stops at 29. For this, the official Weibo page of the German embassy posted a condolence message for those who lost their lives in the fire. It reads, "We express our deep condolences for the lives lost in the fire and send our deepest sympathy and condolences to their families, relatives, and friends. May the deceased rest in peace and the living cherish their lives." The comments from Chinese netizens under the message are simply ludicrous. Some examples are, "I hope the Germanic people will get rid of their semi-colonial status and become independent and autonomous for the sake of the country. Sad that Germany can't get rid of the American control. What are you pretending? You only wish us to suffer in your heart. What do you care about this fire? You are like cats crying for rats. You pretend to be loving and sympathetic. I wish your German foreign minister and her gang would vanish soon so that the world can be peaceful. Stop pretending. You are very fast to post. You surely know how to capture traffic," and so on. There was also a group of Chinese demanding the German embassy to donate money. What happened to BMW at the Shanghai Auto Show can be said to be a repeat of the Tesla episode in 2021. On April 19, 2021, a woman entered the auto show on Media Day wearing a white dress with a Tesla logo and the words "Brake Failure." She rushed to the Tesla booth, standing on top of a Tesla car and shouting, "Tesla, brake failure." After that, the Chinese media quickly scouted out various accident reports about Tesla, and the CCP's official media bombarded Tesla with high-profile coverage, setting off a firestorm of public opinion. Tesla responded on Weibo, "If it is a problem with Tesla products, Tesla will take full responsibility to the end, be it to pay the damage or the penalty. This has always been our approach and how we handle such issues. By the same token, it is our attitude not to compromise with unreasonable demands." Afterwards, Tesla provided data from the minute before the accident to the China Market Monitor reporter. It showed that the owner was driving at high speed and had applied the brakes more than 40 times in the 30 minutes before the accident. Despite all this, a plethora of Chinese websites remained critical of Tesla. Tesla's image has taken a hit because of it. Finally, let's examine the question raised by the BMW case. Is it possible for European companies, including Germany, to decouple from China? BMW, like Tesla, relies heavily on the Chinese market. Its sales in China have surpassed those in Europe, making it one of BMW's largest markets globally. That's why a Chinese netizen responded to the ice cream scandal by saying, "The Chinese market accounts for 1/3 of BMW's global sales, so bow down or get out." It illustrates the current predicament of some German automakers. That is, in such occasions, whether they have done wrong or not, they need to apologize and keep their heads down. Among the German automakers, the most dependent on the Chinese market is Volkswagen. Its China market accounts for 46% of its global sales. It's almost certain that the last 3 international corporations to decouple from China will be Apple, VW, and Tesla. They are too deeply involved to get out on their own. The economic model formed by 30 years of globalization won't change instantly according to someone's wish. In the face of the Chinese market, it's not only Germany and Australia, but also the US that faces similar problems. Germany has become the backbone of the European economy and enjoys a voice in the European Union, largely due to the rapid economic growth since globalization in the 1990s. Businesses and economists acknowledge that because of globalization, Germany has used its strong industrial base, cheap Russian energy, and the huge Chinese market to keep itself in the top 4 of the world's GDP, and never fallen out of this ranking. Under the combined effect of these factors, the German economy has formed 2 major features. First, Germany has always maintained a huge trade surplus. Second, it has also made the German economy highly dependent, especially on Russia and China. The following figures confirm this. According to information recently released by the Chinese Ministry of Commerce, the EU's investment in China increased by 92.2% year-on-year in 2022, while Germany's investment in China increased by 52.9%. Total trade between China and the EU in 2022 increased by 4.4% year-on-year, with exports increasing by 11.5% year-on-year and imports decreasing by 7.3%. Reuters quoted a report from the German Institute for Economic Research in Berlin on August 19, 2022. It showed that in the first half of 2022, Germany's direct investment in China and its trade deficit hit new highs. From January to June, China's investment volume was about 10 billion euros, far exceeding the peak of 6.2 billion euros in the first half of the year recorded since 2000. A 2022 study by a German think tank showed that if the EU and Germany decoupled from China in trade, Germany would suffer losses equivalent to 6 times that of Germany at the time when the UK left the EU. But even with such deep economic ties to China, Germany has begun to review its relationship with China since the beginning of the Russo-Ukrainian War. For the CCP, its problem is that with the rapid decline of the domestic economy and the big drop in consumption, Germany's exports to China are less likely to grow significantly and more likely to decline. That is, the CCP is no longer able to give Germany a larger market. It basically has no more cards to pull Germany's strings. And the political and security differences between the two countries are becoming increasingly obvious. In addition, for a long time, the CCP has used patriotism to make the public form a xenophobic mindset and sentiment. This has led to the emergence of more war wolves, large and small, who have brought about chaos that is beyond the control of the CCP.
China for us is a partner, a competitor, and a systemic rival, and I would like to make clear, although I don't want to take away speaking time from my colleagues, that sadly, our impression together with the 4 parliamentarians was that the systemic rival aspect is continuously on the increase. This is not just because China is more and more offensive, or you could also say aggressive externally, but above all, more repressive internally. If you have any questions on that, we have a lot to report on. Some of it was really more than shocking.
Die Kollegin von der SPD-Fraktion.
German Foreign Minister handing floor to parliamentarians to ask questions. Everywhere it's possible, we want to cooperate, but we do not want to repeat past mistakes. We do no longer want to be so naive as to think that there is automatic change through trade, or that trade is a geostrategic strategy.
Tân không phải khó rồi, sao mình khó lắm, là má rồi, chân này, chờ, thì nó không, xí nào vô lý, tân, xí nào, chỉ mình chân này, má rồi, chuyến khé, cái thằng của